Baby Boar shows up on woman's doorstep, and now she's part of the family. At some point during the pandemic, many of us tried out new hobbies like gardening or cooking. Vlogger Dora Ngai, on the other hand, went with something a little more unique by taking in a wild baby boar. Little Yezhu seemed destined to come into Dora and her boyfriend's lives. One day near their house, the gardener discovered a strange box. In it was the tiny boar. Dora and her boyfriend are no strangers to taking care of animals. They have 4 dogs after all, 3 of which were rescued from breeders. Having lived in Sri Lanka for the last 4 years, it also isn't uncommon for them to come across wild animals such as monkeys, porcupines, and peacocks. Taking care of wild animals is no easy task, but Dora was more than happy to take on the challenge if it meant saving the sweet little boar's life. She was only a few hours old, Dora said. She'd been separated from her mother and was lost and cold. So began their journey. From the start, Yezhu required tons of time and care. Luckily, since they were always at home during COVID-19, they had time to do what was needed. But that didn't solve their biggest problem, not knowing how to take care of a wild boar. We started off feeding her cow's milk, but after day 3 she got sick and got very weak, Dora said. I asked around how to take care of wild boars, and everyone said it's not that easy if they're this young, and that they always die without the mother. Despite the odds, they continued to do everything they could for poor Yezhu, including doing plenty of research. Finally, after switching to puppy milk replacer, she began to get better. Even with all the time and effort it took to nurse Yezhu back to health, Dora and her boyfriend loved taking care of her. We read online that she would need to be fed every hour. My boyfriend and I took turns sleeping in the living room with her for almost 4 weeks, feeding her every hour when she wakes up and starts crying, she explained. It was really like taking care of a baby for us. Because she's blind in one eye, Yezhu will never be able to survive in the real world. All the more reason that Dora and her boyfriend are so glad they showed up at her door. There was still one major hurdle left once Yezhu was nursed back to health: introducing her to the dogs. As excited as Dora and her partner were to welcome a new addition to their family, they were nervous their pups wouldn't feel the same way. Biu, the Labrador, was a bit hesitant at first. We can only imagine what she must have thought. But soon enough, all 4 of her fur babies were more than happy to accept their new sister. These days they eat, sleep, and even play together. We're so glad Yezhu is happy and healthy with the perfect family. We can't wait to watch her thrive. Please share this sweet story with your friends to lift their spirits.